Hello guys, welcome back. So yesterday I have given you a challenge question, right, to solve it, like this anagram problem, right? It's quite famous, like in the while in interview, okay, and it's uh, literally like most like 90% of the coders know about this problem. Okay, so what we have to do in this problem is like let me give you a little description about it. Okay, so here we have to pass two strings. Okay, so we have to create a function if and we have to determine if the second string is an anagram of the first string. Okay, so what is an anagram? So let's say you have two strings. Okay, so both should have same length of characters. First condition. Second condition, if you reverse this car, okay, by using this strings alphabet, you can make a new word. Okay, so with this car you cannot make rat, right, because t is not there in the first string. Okay, but if you see this one, anagram, okay, by shuffling the words of this particular string you can make nagaram. Okay, nagaram or whatever you call. Sorry for my pronunciation, it sounds worst. Yeah, so this way, if you can make like another word by shuffling the words of first string, okay, then it is an anagram. Okay, so if you see here, I have another word in the first string which is silent. By shuffling the words you can make listen, right? So it is also a word, right? So this way, like you can make another word, then only it is an anagram, right? Hey, yeah is not a word, so it's not an anagram. So if you think about this problem like calmly, then you will see, you will find out, like, can't we solve it in the exact same way like we have solved the previous problem, right? Because here also we have to we basically have to check. If you think, we basically have to check like the number of characters which are present in the first string. Okay, those things only we have to check in the second string, right? And the length should be same. So doesn't it fit in the like frequency counter pattern properly? Okay, it's just a presence of mind, right? That is why we have patterns, right? So we just have to think like which pattern fits in for the particular problem, and we simply have to use, we don't even have to think twice. Okay, so let me quickly, oh, it's way too much zoomed. Okay, so in front of you only, what I'll do, the question which I have explained in the previous video, I'll pick the same function. Okay, I won't even do anything much. Okay, so this one I have explained in the previous video, right? And obviously there are tons of solution on the internet. If you find, like you will get so many solutions, so many similar solutions, because this is the most commonly used pattern, right? So there are some solutions which have like O of n square complexity. There are some solutions which have O of n complexity with the same frequency counter pattern. What like I have seen, like what people have done in the solutions. So they have run a for loop. Okay, inside the for loop they are using includes of or another for loop, and they are naming it as a frequency counter pattern. It's not like that, right? And it's not in most of the cases, but few solutions which I have seen, like I found that thing. Okay, I think I can show you. Let me see if I can show you something there. Okay, let's search quickly. Okay, anagram, anagram, using frequency counter. Okay, I'm searching it in front of you. Okay, so here are few solutions which I got, and I think the one which I have seen in yeah, this is the one which I have seen, right? So let me show you. See, this is written by some like Olivia lady or gents. I don't know who is it, who is he or she, maybe. Okay, so let's see the solution. Okay, so here also she is doing the same. She is using valid anagram. Okay, let me quickly close it. And I think this is the one, or this is a different one, it seems. See, she is also using the same approach, right? The solution which I have right now, she is also using the same pattern, exact same code she have in her solution, if you see, right? Because this is the most commonly used pattern, and that is why it is called pattern, right? Because someone have created this pattern, and like almost everyone is using it in a exact same way. That is why we call it pattern. Okay, so you get like the sequence or instructions like in which you have to implement the solution. Okay, so this you can say is a sort of instruction, right? So this is not the one, like this is exactly same as mine. No, this is not the one. So if you want, you can take a look at the one which I have just opened. That was on Medium only. I have found somewhere. I just need to quickly see where it went. Um, Free code can. No, not this one. So there basically I have seen a lady. She said like she have solved this problem using frequency counter, but I didn't saw. Okay, it is suggesting my videos. That's great, bro. See, in Google, it is suggesting my videos. But you guys are not seeing my videos. I don't know why. I'm just getting 5-6 views. It's crazy. But Google itself is suggesting me suggesting these videos. See, frequency counter. It will be here somewhere. It was in MDN only. Valid anagrams. Let's see this one. Okay, so we have to create an account. So we don't need to create an account. Let's leave it. Frequency counter pattern in medium. This one I think we have already opened. Let's see this one, anagrams, frequency counter. Okay. Or mm, 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 which is taking way too much time, guys. Yeah. So here, see, this guy also have used the exact same approach. See, the solution which I have written here. See, it is not even a single word here and there. See, this guy have used the same approach. He is also creating two objects. He is also running three for loops. He is also checking the same thing, and he is returning true and false accordingly. See, that is why it is called a pattern, right? That is what patterns are for. So you learn the pattern once, and you can apply it based on your question. You can modify it basically based on your question. So it is sort of a blueprint which we have right now. Okay, as a what can I say, as a tool to solve the problems, right? So let's leave that for now. Let's solve our question which we have in our hand right now. Okay. So what I will do, I've simply copied the code from the previous video, right? So I'll just rename it to this one, is anagram. Right now I'm not changing any naming convention or anything at all. First I'll make it work, then only I'll show you, like then only I'll change it, and then we'll see again whether it is working or not. Okay, so let's understand. So here you can consider it as a string. Okay, string 1, string 2. First we have to check whether the length is matching or not. If the length is not matching, okay, then we simply have to return false, right? There is no, it won't make any sense to like proceed further, right? So this is the first condition. Then we are making two objects. We have to make two objects. The first one will record the frequency of the first string. Second one will record the frequency of the second string. Okay. So here we are keeping track of all those things. First one and the second one. You are already aware if you have seen my previous video. Okay. Now here comes the fun part. So if the key is not available in frequency counter 2, if the key which is there, if it is not available in the frequency counter 2, earlier the code was like this, right? Because there we were checking the squared value, right? Now we have to see if the key is not there in the frequency counter 2, we have to simply return false. Okay, Now the second thing is we have to check is if the key is available, right? If the key which we are iterating, like while iteration the frequency counter one object, if we are getting a key, if it is available in the frequency counter 2 and its value is not matching with the frequency counter 1 object's value, okay, then also we have to return false, okay, otherwise we have to return true. So see, I just did the minor changes in this template, right, in this blueprint. I just did the minor changes. Now we can test this, okay, with these what to say, these examples. Okay, so this is most commonly used pattern and this is widely asked question in the interviews. Okay, because if I explain you something crazy but it is not asked anywhere, then what is the point of telling me those questions, right? So if I tell you something and it is not in use anywhere, no one asks this, no one even knows about it, then what is the point of learning that thing, bro? Right? So that is why we will only talk about the famous and most commonly used problem questions and how to solve them. Okay, using most commonly used patterns and like other data structures. Okay, so it will help you a lot in the interviews, right? In interviews, and you can adopt it in your day-to-day life as well. So without wasting any further time, let's quickly pick an example. Let's see first whether it works or not, right? So car and rat I'm picking and it should return false. Okay, so car and rat, let's see, it is returning false and it is giving me frequency of 1 and this one as well, right? So this one doesn't have t, this one has t. I think you guys can see it, right? Yeah, so it is returning me false. Let's see anagram and nagaram, or sorry guys for my pronunciation again, but I used to say it nagaram, right, because I have Indian accent. Apologize again. Okay, so I'm pasting anagram and this word here. Okay, so right now I'm getting true because they have the exact same frequencies. If you see, right, m is there and its frequency is 1, r is there, its frequency is 1, a is there, its frequency is 3, n is there, its frequency is 1. So everything is there in the first object and second object and their frequencies are also same. So we have to return true. It's simple as that, we don't even have to think much. Okay, so this is how we can solve the anagram problem using the frequency counter pattern, and it's way too simple as you guys can see, right? So you can use this exact same problem, you can use the exact same solution which I have attached in the previous video, and you can change it according to like your problem statement, the current problem statement, right? And that is what I have done in front of you guys, right? And I've shown you on the internet also. You will get exact same pattern, right, exact same code on the internet on multiple resources, right? Because this is a blueprint which everyone out there is using, right? It's not just like one person have built and other person doesn't know about it. Almost every person knows about it, right? So yeah, you can implement it this way. Let's pick another example. Hey, yeah, it should return false, right? And then we will see silent and listen. So let's quickly clear it and let's paste it here. Is anagram hey, yeah, it should return false, right? As expected, it is returning false. Okay, now silent and listen. Okay, so let's see this one. Oh, sorry. Silent and listen. Okay, so it is returning true. So if you see, I have just changed the function name, right? I haven't even changed anything. The naming conventions are also same, right? So if you want, you can change the naming conventions, like you can make it string 1, string 2, and if you want to handle it, like if you want to handle the edge cases, I clearly mentioned like you will get the lowercase characters. Okay, and if you think like in case if you want to handle the lower casing, so what you can do, you can simply string 1 dot 2 lowercase. Okay, and you can store it to, so this way you can convert them to lowercase, right? And then you can start working with it. Okay, so it's simple as that. You have converted everything to lowercase. Now you will get the lowercase characters only in both the strings, right? So if you want to, if in case if you want to enhance it a little bit, you want to handle the, like, what to say, special characters as well, special characters numbers as well, then that also you can do. You only want to work with the characters, right? You have to remove everything else. So for that you can add a regular expression in it. Okay, add regular expression in it, and then you can handle it. Okay, so just comment down, like, in case if you want little bit more questions related to the like frequency counter pattern. I'll attach the problems, I'll give you the solutions one by one every day, or else from the next video I'll move to the another pattern, right? Because if you see, this frequency counter pattern is quite straightforward, right? It's just a template, it's just a blueprint, right? Which we have to use again, and we have to change according to our questions need. Okay, so like, people have made hype of the data structures, algorithms, programming patterns, like they are so much complex. Okay, you need so much time to learn about it. If you think calmly, you don't even have to, like, do more efforts in it. Okay, all you need to do is you just need to be mentally active while solving the problems, right? If I give you this question, if I don't give you any hint, if I only tell you, like, you have to solve it through programming pattern, any programming pattern. Okay, so you have to be mentally active, like this problem fits in with the frequency counter pattern. You have to quickly remember about the like frequency counter patterns blueprint, and you have to start writing the question. Okay, so as you can see, I think it didn't took me like more than a minute to solve this question, right? And this is how you can also solve it if you are mentally active. Okay, all you need to do is you just need to keep in mind all those frequency counter patterns. Okay, and you, it should strike right away, like which pattern should fit into this particular problem. And how you will get good at this, obviously by doing a lots of practice. Okay, so if you pick one pattern, if you solve at least like we can say 5 to 6 questions related to that problem, okay, then you will become a master in that particular pattern, right? You can use that pattern blindly to solve the problems related to that particular pattern. Okay, so yeah, so make sure to comment down, like, if you, in case if you want more problems, more questions like this related to the what to say, this frequency counter pattern. So I'll create another video to solve another question. Otherwise, from next video onwards, like, I'll move on to the next programming pattern. Okay, so this is it for this lecture, guys. See you in the next one. And by the way, I'm not going to attach, like, this code's solution in the description, because it's almost same, right? You can rewatch the video, or I'll quickly zoom it out. So if you want, you can take a screenshot of it. Okay, so here I'll just rename them quickly for you guys. Okay, so wherever I have used array 1, let's see where else I've used, here only, right? So string 2 I've used here. So these things are not required for my question basically, so I'll comment it. Okay, so now frequency counter is the one which I have to change, I guess. Frequency counter, or let it be like this, bro, right? Let it be like this, because it is going to be frequency counting only, right? So here we are doing frequency counter for 1, we are doing frequency counter for 2. Let's see whether it is working or not again, to make sure it's not broken, right? Silent listen, it is giving true. Hey, yeah, it is giving false. Great, it is working. Okay, so this way you can take a screenshot of it, or if you want, you can pause the video and you can work on the solution of it. Okay, I'll zoom it. Okay, so anagram, same structure, same blueprint we are using, and then you can solve it like this. Okay, and if you want, like, you guys can optimize the solution as well. It's all up to you. Okay, so this is it for this lecture, guys. See you in the next one.